Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally sharing my 2025 reading journal setup. I switched back to a A5 size after struggling, much like I'm doing now, trying to reach my other journal. No. Oh my god, don't roll over. After using this Archer and Olive A B6 square, holy balls. The size was just kind of hard for me to figure out how to lay everything out. I generally don't care for Leuchtturm notebooks. I don't like the paper that much, but then I was watching YouTube and someone was talking about the 120 GSM paper and how it was better for like mixed media. I do prefer this to the regular GSM. This is from the Sticky Club Vintage Advent Calendar from 2024. And I have in here just some ephemera that I set aside for a book spread. Content page. Most of the stickers that I'm using this year are from this Biblio ephemera sticker book or from others in this series. I'm not the best with composition, okay? I'm working on it. Goals. I'd like to read 75 books, 50 short stories, 10 books from the 1001 book lists, finish 3 series. I have trouble finishing series. I like to start them, I like to get halfway through or to the last book, and then I abandon it. I'm the same way with TV shows. I don't know what's wrong with me. Declutter 50 books. I have a bunch in the back of my car. I just have to drop them off at little free libraries. Buy no more than 30 books. Visit 3 new bookstores. Read at 3 parks. So I have novels over here and short stories over here. Let's see if I can actually explain this properly. The way this is supposed to work is that I'm supposed to fill this in before I buy the book. So already we're off to a great start. If you're new to this channel, hi, hello, my name is Joey and I'm addicted to buying books. As you can see, I've read 4 books so far this year, but I've only counted 1. And that's because 2 of those books were from the library, so they're not mine. And the other one was book 2 in a series. Since it's book 2, I can immediately buy book 3. So I don't check off any of these boxes until I've completed the series. And I don't include any of the series in here unless it's like the first one. I hope that makes sense. Actually, I donated a book to a little free library, so I'm counting that as 1. And the only reason that I'm counting this book is because it was unread. I'm not able to articulate it very well, but I do understand it, so that's all that matters, right? As long as I know what I'm doing. And because I have problems and I like to buy lots of books, I did give myself extra pages. You can see I've already screwed up. I had to white it out because I had counted 448 unread books, but I forgot that I had read 2 of them already. So I had to go back and add those 2 books. The difference between January and December last year was 1 book. It's very sad. So I have my priority TBR, which are some of the series that I've started and a few books that I began but haven't finished yet. So these are all the ones that I bought in 2024 that I haven't read yet. I'm trying to encourage myself to read the books that I've recently purchased because I have a tendency to buy them and then let them sit on my shelves for years. And then I'm often no longer interested in them. It's like I have to let them marinate or something. I have the Battle of the Books where I choose my favorite from each month and narrow it down to my favorite of the year. I'm not entirely happy with the way that this page turned out. It's not their fault. They're flawless. It's me. I'm the problem. I screwed up here, spaced these out wrong, even though I told myself to skip 2 lines. But whatever. They're gorgeous. I didn't complete the A to Z challenge last year, but I certainly wasn't going to pass up the chance to put ATs in my reading journal this year. Actually, for all these collection pages, I'm using this TWSBI Eco, and the ink I'm using is Cashmere Rose by Diamine. And then we get to January. I'm using this Leonardo Furore in the Aquapetra colorway, and the ink I'm using is Yoseka Stationery Origin number 1. I put a lot of thought into the ink and pens that I wanted to use, but like when it actually came to setting it up, because I had waited so long, I just threw it together. So it's not very polished, but it actually makes me want to use it more. Over here, I'm just trying to keep track of when I start and finish a book. And I went with a snack because it's the year of snack. I've given every book 4 stars. I feel like I'm being a little generous with some of them. So far, I've purchased 3 books. I got Bleach. Bleach is one of my favorite animes. I do have the manga in Japanese, and I have tried translating it a couple times, but I've always given up. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to read it. Then I picked up The Murder on the Links by Agatha Christie. Once in a while, I like to read a mystery novel, and who better to read than the queen herself? I'm going to try to make my way through the entire series, but there are a lot of them. And then I picked up Death Sentence, which is the 3rd book in the Escape from Furnace series. And the 2nd book was the first book that I read this year. See, he's in solitary. And I have 2 more book spreads that I need to do. In the very back, I have pages where I keep track of the pen and inks that I'm using for each journal spread. And then I have pages for pen tests. Some of the fountain pen inks that I tried do feather on this paper, so I'm not sure if I would pick up one of these again. I'm on track with my reading so far, at least according to Goodreads, and so naturally I picked up The Count of Monte Cristo as my next read. Look at this bad boy. I wanted to read it last year, but didn't let myself because it was so thick. But I am really enjoying it. I have this beautiful Barnes & Noble edition. Let me know if you've read any really good books so far this year and what you're currently reading. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye! I have condensation. You guys make me kind of nervous. I'm not going to watch you struggle for me to do the math there.